Hello and welcome back to Kaiser Redux. I'm your host, the one and only Mount Crusade. Today we're playing as New England, even though it says we're playing as Canada. But to do the path I want to do, we're gonna have to go through Canada. So let's start this. Well, I'm gonna skip ahead to the Civil War because I'm not actually gonna do anything as long as we're Canada. Hey, I forgot to mention this in the video, but we will be playing the Bavaria mod at 100 subs, so subscribe. Oh, and the American Civil War is kicking off, so we'll finally be able to play New England. Set up a provisional government, but prepare to appoint a governor general. Oh, we're JFK as a general. The Bostonians rout the Tommies. Can Lovecraft save us? And we have the man, the myth, the racist, H.P. Lovecraft. God save the king. The people of New England are ungrateful. They took our peaceful intervention as an invasion, tried to rebel against us. They cannot be reasoned with. They must be placed under direct Canadian rule until they are ready to act civil once more. This may not be popular with the people, but we not need their approval. God save the king, and God help the people of New England. Triumph of the Providence Society. I am Providence, and Providence is myself, together indissolubly as we stand through the ages. A fixed monument set eternally in the shadow of Defer's ice-clad peak. It is New England. I must have, in some form or another, establish Delta Green. Deception is a right, truth is a privilege. Innocence is a luxury, born of the U.S. government's 1928 raid against the degenerate coastal towns in Massachusetts. The covert agency known as Delta Green opposes forces of darkness with honor. But without honor, Delta Green agents slip through the system, manipulating the federal bureaucracy while pushing the darkness back for another day. But often at a shattering personal cost. What needs to be done? For a start, the books need to be burned, the artifacts need smashed into powder, and the men need to be silenced. Most of all, the future must not be allowed to become the present. I don't care about Costa Rica. Deal with Curly's IRA. Sinn Feiners were happy to throw fuel on the fire-doomed Britannia Fair, committing a grave injustice against the kind of protector and motherland that ensured to guard civilization until their unfortunate destruction at the hands of the Crimson Hordes. The Irish Republic and their heirs continue to harass Providence Fair. They must be dealt with swiftly and quietly. Less venial and vote-craving men like Curly seize on the opportunity to strike at the heart of a new civilization. The likes of Sinn Fein doom England proper. To allow them to doom our New England is an injustice to civilized society we cannot allow. American cars drive on the side of freedom. We're driving on the right. And what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Only following orders? Well, Lovecraft's wisdom is without question among his officers. His perchance for reusing papers has created multiple conflicts. Direct orders from Providence are dispatched to generals on scribbled out legal documents, or penciled into the margins of previously sent commands. This has caused the embarrassing affected troops to be unable to interpret Lovecraft's seemingly nonsensical or contradictory orders due to them being muddled or lost in the sea of scribbles and edits around older messages. Our officers will interpret his orders as they wish. A society of warriors. In order to defend the movement from the world beyond, our serene graces, it is our utmost duty to stand guard, ever vigilant, side by side with our Canadian allies. Every citizen of military age must take it as sworn duty to prepare themselves for the final struggle against the darkness and barbarities of syndicalism and the foreign threat alike. Buried now are the hatreds of subjecting king, and the strife once sundered. An empire hath vanished with the fame of the Saxon. The heaven shall ring as the vultures of darkness are baffled and banished, and the broad British sea of her enemies free shall tribute bow gladly, Columbia, to thee. For the friends of the right in the field side by side form a fabric of freedom no hand can divide. Absorb the fanatics. In search of truth the hopeful zealot goes, but all the sadder turns the more he knows the current religious and mystical order in the Americas reveals not life lessons and guidance, but a miserable platitude that ultimately leaves the soul unsatisfied. The Judeo-Christian God, as we know it, offers no answers. Providence, anointed by the one true God, has been seen the dark universe yawning, where the black planets roll without aim, where they roll in their horror unheeded, without the knowledge or lustre or the name. By studying his mythos, anthropomorphizing his character into the form of a cult study, we can perhaps glean a small sliver of his endless dark wisdom. Drive the rats from the walls. Industrial civilization has permanently altered the conditions of the country to a point where laissez-faire economics of Hoover were as dead as Tyre and Carthage. The undeniable failure of capitalism has shown us the pitfalls of greed and have provided us a stark warning against those who wish to hook Providence's rewards for pennies to every sap at a newsstand. We shall resist these blind calls for profit, instead establishing a state monopoly on Lovecraft's works, derivatives thereof. While some have denounced this course of action as nothing more than syndicalism, our new political economy of fear shall move forward New England's industrial direction towards a genuine readiness and abandonance of the worship of methods, abstract formula, and catchwords. Project Shadow over Inmouth. Providence holds a small dice of this great blue marble we call home, and while New England is a land of boundless beauty and grace and spirit, it is pitiful recompense compared to the ambitions of the greats. To that end, Providence looks not to the corrupted lands of foreign hordes that lie beyond our bounds, but instead to the vast and infinite expanses of the cosmos, which here though lie unexplored by man and mankind. We know where the future is. Beyond our land and beyond the stars, we shall conquer this final frontier if it's the last thing we as a species do. Within mind, Providence's most loyal begun work on a project Shadow over Innsmouth, furthering Lovecraft's miracle weapon program and working towards creating rocketry technology that will propel the human race to heights not yet seen, nor imagined by such dull and foolish minds, to the cosmos we conquer, into the world. The vicious and barbaric war that has torn New England asunder has finally subsided, and Providence stands unquestioned, our nation's sole undisputed ruler. As the dust settles and the rifles fall silent, we must look beyond our borders. War rages to our south, and the pressing question on the mind of every true royalist is as follows: what are we going to do? Now I'm going to begin working down to Lovecraft's America, which will finally allow us to enter the Civil War. Lovecraft's America. America, land once pure, has now fallen into oblivion and woe. They fester and they suffer under the yoke of misguided and corrupt, but no longer will we have none of it. While New England has been seen, purity abounded. America beyond our borders has fallen to the whim of men without vision. The time is good as ever. Providence will strike now at the usurpers, conquering the fallen states by the might of Providence's sword. And once our victory against tyrants is assured, building a new America upon the shoulders of Providence, a new chapter of American history will soon begin under Lovecraft's watchful eye. Okay, and here we go. and Chicago's ours. Washington's ours. Oh, and there they go. Snatch. Oh, damn. They went quicker than I thought they would have. Oh, we're the Sovereign Order of America. Okay, and there the Pacific states go. We can't claim Alaska. Thank God. As the Second American Civil War ends, the interwar period begins. And with that, we begin plotting against our neighbor to the south. They gave him a yellow coat. Okay, declare war. Okay, and there the Mexican Empire goes. Answering the call of Providence. Providence calls and we answer. Across the world the Anglo race withers and rots under failed regimes and putrid ideologies, inching ever closer to being erased by the Kraut, the Irish, the African, the Hispanic, and so many other simpler beings. Our friends and fellow Anglos in the Entente have failed in their duties to uphold the great British Empire and the Anglo race, so it is up to us to lead the Anglosphere to greatness. Oh, and here it goes. Yay! Now only one thing stands in our way, the British loyalist forces in the Dominion of India. Oh, I know what I do. Yeah, we'll just go through the Indian Empire. And there the Dominion of Delhi goes, so yeah, fission bomb project. Okay, and there South Africa goes. Okay, and there they go. Ah, we did it! The atomic bombing of Canberra. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna take it all, cause I deserve it. It wasn't Japan nuking them, it was me. I come bearing apologies, as it appears I wasn't recording for the rest of the video, but do not worry, it was basically all just kind of boring stuff no one likes watching, basically the setting around stuff, you know, no wars, no nothing. That I usually just cut out the video, so kind of got done with a playthrough after I nuked Australia and that type of thing, so yeah. Alright, time for the Commodore usernames from the previous video. Newbie Pro RTL 2.0, Max Campbell, Warhead with a Shark Top, Can't Touch Me 478, and a grilled meatball on a stick. Alright. Stay alright. Alright. Bye.